Hi, I'm Megan Shepard with the Seattle Department of Transportation. And in partnership with the Washington State Department of Transportation, Sound Transit, and King County Metro, we want to give you helpful information about what's up next in the Seattle Squeeze. Seattle's new era of tough traffic kicked into high gear in January with the permanent closure of the Alaskan Way Vadet. But now, even with the new SR 99 tunnel open, the Seattle Squeeze is far from over. On March 23rd, the downtown Seattle Transit Tunnel under 3rd Avenue will become light rail only. Everyone traveling to and through downtown will again be affected, and we call this the second chapter of the Seattle Squeeze. Both buses and Link Light Rail travel in the tunnel today, but starting on March 23rd, over 800 buses serving 7 significant routes will leave the tunnel and begin operating on downtown surface streets. This change is happening because of both public and private construction projects, and Metro, Sound Transit, and FDOT have been working together and planning and preparing for more buses on downtown streets for the last couple of years. Together, we're making a $30 million joint investment to keep people and goods moving to and through downtown and create better transit passenger and pedestrian experiences. We're going to tell you more about a few of those projects over the next few slides. So with the change on March 23rd, 15 bus routes will actually travel on new streets. Riders on those routes will get on and off at different bus stops. The 7 Metro and Sound Transit bus routes that are operating down in the downtown Seattle Transit Tunnel today, and this includes the routes 41, 74, 101, 102, 150, 255, and Sound Transit 550 will transition to serve stops on 2 existing transit corridors, 3rd and 4th Avenues, and a newly created transit pathway that'll be on 5th and 6th Avenues. This change alone affects about 15,000 riders getting on or off the bus during the evening peak commute. 8 other routes that already travel on surface streets will also move to new streets. These include the route 76, 77, 301, 308, and 316, and these will travel southbound on 2nd and northbound on 5th and 6th, as well as the routes 252, 257, and 311, which will move to 5th Avenue southbound and the 5th, 6th pathway northbound. The good news is that Metro, in partnership with the City of Seattle and the Seattle Transportation Benefit District, is expanding bus service. 8 routes with growing ridership demand will get additional daily trips or improve Sunday service. This includes the Route 40, the Route 102, the Route 106, the Route 120, and service is also being added on the routes 15, 111, 204, and 312. With more buses on most downtown streets, we expect that travel times will be slower for all vehicles, especially during the busiest travel times, which are morning and evening commutes. 3rd Avenue moves the most buses and the most people through downtown. It's a really important street for people taking transit, which is why we recently expanded the hours of transit priority on 3rd from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m., 7 days a week. One of the strategies to help buses on 3rd Avenue move more quickly is to allow all bus riders with ORCA to pay before they get on the bus and to enter through any door. If you've ever ridden a rapid ride bus, this is the same procedure. You'll just now be able to pay off board and enter through any door for all 42 routes on 3rd Avenue downtown and also along the West Lake Corridor through South Lake Union. The one downtown Sound Transit route that is affected by the service change is the Route 550. This route will travel inbound to Seattle via 4th Avenue and Pike Street and outbound to Mercer Island and Bellevue via Union Street and 2nd Avenue. Outbound riders who currently board at the International District Chinatown Station will board at 2nd Avenue Extension South and Yesler Way. With buses no longer sharing downtown tunnel stations with trains, Link Light Rail will be more reliable and the system will be ready to expand. As the system expands, Sound Transit will operate longer trains at higher frequency, and early next year, Sound Transit will begin the process of connecting tracks from the east side to the current system at the International District Chinatown Station. This is in preparation for upcoming light rail expansions. Light rail will reach Northgate in 2021 and Mercer Island, Bellevue, and Overlake in 2023, and these extensions are under construction now. Trains will then reach Linwood, Federal Way, and downtown Redmond in 2024, and then West Seattle and Tacoma in 2030, Ballard and South Lake Union in 2035, Everett in 2036, and South Kirkland and Issaquah in 2041. Because there are so many changes occurring in the downtown during this March service change, Metro and Sound Transit are using many communication tools to inform their riders. Metro also updated the downtown Seattle accessibility map to highlight pathways that are less steep or go through buildings to help riders navigate Seattle's many hills and make it easier to access public transportation. If you ride one of the changing routes, please do take a look at either soundtransit.org/service change or kingcounty.gov/metro/service change. But let's take a moment to step back. Better commutes and easier travels are in our future. Working with our regional partners, we are doing more than ever to connect communities to downtown with fast, regular transit service and to create the public spaces our growing region needs. Sound Transit's Link Light Rail expansions will provide fast, predictable service to downtown from communities in the north and on the east side. The new SR99 tunnel opened in early February, providing a more direct route from the stadiums to South Lake Union. And we're connecting our downtown with our waterfront and building 20 acres of public spaces for all who call Seattle home. But how we get around Seattle will continue to change over the next few years, and it will be a challenge. As the city and the region continue to grow, traffic volumes continue to rise. Commute times are up throughout the region. With so many travelers on the road, even minor incidents or crashes can have big effects on how long it takes to get somewhere. The other challenge is that the construction impacts from both the big public and private projects that are happening continue to put more pressure on our limited street network. Between 2019 and 2024, you can expect more traffic as well as ongoing changes to your usual travel strategies. Just a few of the changes that are underway or upcoming include Wasat's projects to finish replacing SR99, like removing the viaduct. And as early as this summer, tolling will begin in the new SR99 tunnel, and construction will also start on the new Alaskan Way. WashDOT has 3 main projects to complete to finish up the SR99 replacement. Viaduct demolition began in February. It'll take approximately 6 months. Crews work on the structure at multiple places at once in order to get the work done more quickly. Alaskan Way will remain open throughout demolition, but it'll be reduced down to 2 lanes adjacent to work zones. Filling and sealing the Battery Street Tunnel began in February, and it'll take 18 to 24 months to complete. The work entails cleaning the tunnel, removing the tunnel's mechanical systems, and then filling up the tunnel with crushed concrete from the viaduct. Utility work and street improvements on Battery Street will mean lane reductions at times. The North Surface Street connections began in February, and that'll take 12 to 15 months to complete, with another several months for work at the intersection of Aurora Avenue and Denny Way. The work entails rebuilding Aurora Avenue North, which will soon be called 7th Avenue, between Harrison Street and Denny Way, and reconnecting Thomas and John Streets in the process. At least 1 lane of Aurora Avenue will be open through the work zone in each direction. Throughout these changes, the City of Seattle, working with our agency partners, will continue to deliver projects and programs that help people like you continue to get where you need to go. We've prioritized our projects based on these 5 pillars, which guide us to closely monitor and manage our transportation system, invest in transit and help more people take transit so we can reduce the number of drive-alone trips downtown, manage our street lanes smartly, and do our best to communicate effectively with the public. Thank you, public, for being here today and learning more. Around this March service change, the city will be managing our transportation system and right-of-way by revising and continuing to adjust traffic signal timing. We'll monitor closely how traffic changes, and we do this 24/7 in our Transportation Operations Center. We'll keep your favorite travel apps like Google and Waze informed about temporary and permanent road changes, and we will limit the impacts of private construction on bus lanes. As part of our investment in transit and out of a need to keep transit moving reliably, the city has built a new dedicated northbound bus lane on 5th and 6th Avenue. This transit pathway will carry thousands of bus riders per hour out of downtown during the busiest time of day, the afternoon and evening peak. It will help keep streets moving and make downtown more resilient to emergencies, major events, and freeway closures. The pathway consists of extending the current northbound bus-only lane on 5th Avenue from Cherry to Marion. Buses will turn up Marion and then continue north on 6th Avenue in a peak period bus-only lane. Travelers on 6th Avenue will experience a lot of changes in signal timing, the number of lanes, and parking and loading restrictions. And to reduce travel on trips and keep everyone in the loop, we'll continue to work with downtown employers, develop programs to help people get to transit, and promote shopping at downtown businesses. You can find everything you want to know and get connected to our transportation agency partners at seattle.gov/traffic. So everyone has a role to play in the Seattle Squeeze. We just got through the longest highway closure in the history of the Puget Sound region together. We saw that when people made changes to their commutes, such as shifting the hours they traveled or trying a different way of getting around, like biking or the water taxi, travel times remained lower for travelers across the region. Thanks to everyone who's made a change to their commute. Your efforts made a difference, so please keep it up to continue to minimize travel disruptions and ensure that first responders and emergency vehicles can still move quickly through Seattle. Everyone traveling to and through downtown needs to be informed and prepared to plan ahead, to avoid driving alone whenever possible, and if you can, shift your commutes and trips to avoid the busiest travel times. On behalf of our partners at the Washington State Department of Transportation, Sound Transit, and King County Metro, I'd like to thank you for watching to be informed and prepared. Please forward this to your friends, neighbors, families, and coworkers to spread the word. If you have any follow-up questions, here are some helpful links, emails, and phone numbers. Good luck on March 23rd and throughout the next chapter of the Seattle Squeeze.